Hey there, welcome back to Sea Power. Today, a supposedly very difficult scenario, so I'm very interested to see how this is gonna go. The Soviet Union defeated Germany, and yet a group of German submarines was able to flee the scene. These guys are now coming back to try and get into the Baltic Sea. We cannot allow that, and that means that my mission is to locate and sink all German submarines before they enter the Baltics. Intelligence estimates up to 4 enemy submarines in the area. Time is critical. Failure is not an option. Be aware that the loss of all your ASW-capable assets would leave our forces vulnerable and result in mission failure. Similarly, if any German submarine successfully navigates through the Danish Straits into the Baltic, the mission is compromised. Okay, so what do we have available? Because I got a fairly high amount of assets. Let's see how I can deploy those to my best interest. This is where we have to block. In order to do that, the closest assets are a Krivac and a Cresta. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if we have a very capable helo. Yeah, we do. We do. What's the distance here? 38 miles. Okay, this Krivac is not a great platform at range. Except for the Silex B, which can drop a submarine, or rather an anti-submarine torpedo at 27 miles. So I'm going to park these boys basically here in the middle. It's nice that they want me to go all the way over there. That's not what I'm doing. We're going to go there. We're going to launch the helicopter from the Cresta and make sure that we use that to hunt. What else do we have? Group 9. Group 9 is a Petya 2 and a Petya 3 frigates. These are capable of dropping depth charges. And that is about it. The Set-65 is also an anti-submarine torp at 8 miles. Petya 2... You come with the Set-40? It's a 4-mile anti-submarine torpedo. I don't think you're going to live long enough for that. But here goes. Okay, your orders are to go active sonar. Group 8, consisting of a couple of torpedo boats. These guys probably don't have sonar. Oh, they got a dipping sonar. Really? Okay. And they got USET 80s. Anti-submarine torpedoes. That can make them quite valuable, actually. The thing is, they're kind of out of position. I don't think a German submarine would take all the effort to go here, so we're going to go and relocate these here as fast as possible. We're going to start dropping those dipping sonars. You're going to go and deploy. I'm not sure. We got 200 feet below the keel. There is no layer. So that means both of these boys are going to start dropping that array. The thing is, at this speed, 35 knots, I probably won't detect anything. Next, Group 10. What you got there? This is a Stenka class. A Stenka is a torpedo boat. It's nice to see these, let's say, lesser used platforms. Capable of launching the Set-40, that 4.4 mile range anti-submarine torpedo. And we got 2 of those. They do have a hull-mounted sonar. I'm considering splitting these up. No. We're going to make it a gauntlet. You guys are going to go here. Here, otherwise you tend to run into an island. Push active sonar. Check. You guys are going to split up. I'm going to say leave the formation. You're going to go here with active. And show me this island. Is that an actual island or no? No, if there was an actual island, I would just be seeing it. So there is not. That means you're going to push there. Active sonar. Ahead flank. Race to your location. Same for you. Once you get there, we should be locking this area down pretty nicely. Then I have submarine Orzel over here. This is a, what, a Kilo class. Capable of launching the Test 71. That's a very nice anti-submarine torpedo at 13.5 miles. I want you to go all stop. If they're going to push here, they're going to have a very hard time doing it. Group 3. We have torpedo boats. Well, missile boats to be more exact. These are, unfortunately, not capable of using a sonar. You even have a hull-mounted sonar? No, you just got a surface search. Right. And group 1 here. This is a couple of Condor class. Let's see, this is a Condor. It's a minesweeper, which has... It has a 0.4 mile anti-submarine mortar. That's something. What do we have here? A 5338. Isn't that a dumbfire? It's a straight-running anti-surface torpedo. Okay. Well, I guess we got to start somewhere. And this is the SSN-2. So the sticks, that makes these guys mostly useless. However, the Condor... No, the Condor doesn't even have sonar. So what are you guys going to do? You're going to hope that they surface? Because I don't really see a lot of other roles for you. You're going to hope that they surface, or you're going to have to hope that these guys actually snorkel, and you pick that up either visually or using your radar. I think that's about the extent of their capabilities. Alright. This is a pure hunter. This thing is just carrying sonar buoys. I should have given it the different loadout, but okay. Oh, and group 3? No, I already ordered those. I think. Yeah. Group 3 is these boys, which are not terribly useful, putting it mildly. It's the same type as group 1 over there. Okay, so where's the biggest danger? Because they have to pass through here. The question is, which side are they going to pick? And have they already made their move? I think the Orzel has this area covered. I could just keep it here as a roadblock. That means that with her sonar capabilities, this area is secure. Thus, this helicopter has to go here. We're going to split these gentlemen up. Leave the formation. The Krivac is capable of launching and retrieving that helicopter. You're going to go there. And I want this Krivac to be operating basically a north-south patrol here at ahead 2/3 with active radar, active sonar, variable depth sonar above the layer, deploy active. Good. Okay, that's the plan. And now we wait and we hunt. As my KA-25 is almost at the site where I want to start dropping buoys, I thought I might reiterate how I'm dropping buoys automatically. Because the one video where I don't do it, people start asking, hey, how do you drop sonar buoys in the spread automatically? Here goes. You have the sonar buoy selected. You click, you hold control, you right click, ta-da, sonar buoy spread. If you do the same thing and you hold alt instead, you're going to get a bigger spread. And if you hold control alt, you're going to get an even bigger spread. In this case, I want to completely lock down this little grid here. So that's where I'm going to throw down sonar buoys. These are, let's say, the standard sonar buoys with a range of about, I think, 12 miles? So that's why I'm racing Group 9 into range. They're not really there as a detection force, although with their active sonar, medium frequency, I guess they can be. But they're more there to listen out to the sonar buoys. And my intention is to position the Krivac like here, so that I can use it as a floating airfield. I can then also drop sonar buoys wherever else I see fit. So I can drop an additional field there. I can drop a field in front of the Orzel, although that's probably the least of my priorities. I can drop one here. This way I can start dropping additional sonar packages, basically additional sensor platforms, and with that, ideally, find these German subs quickly. Speaking of detection, sometimes the game gives away that there is a torpedo in the water. And it just did. Because I can no longer progress faster than 10 times. So there is a weapon in the water somewhere. And I don't know who it's for. Oh, Christ. But somebody is about to have a really bad day. Least of which the skipper of this ship. New active contact. We got a DM2 torpedo. So the Stenka here is on the receiving end. That's going to be fun. Okay, this originated like there. Stenka, turn around. Hard to port. These set 40s only have a range of 4 miles. That torpedo has a range of 2.2 miles that we know of. Let's start throwing a torpedo out. They're active? Yeah, they're active sonar homing. Okay. Thump. Gone. Okay, off you go. These things have no decoy, so there is an entirely good chance that they'll just blow up once that torpedo gets to me. There's my target. Well, not the target. You can see the torpedo's already changing course. Yes, this is going to be fun. Let me direct control. I want to see just how fast this thing can maneuver and what my capabilities are regarding combining speeds and then having the torpedo potentially not have enough chance to dodge. I'm going to throw out 2 more torpedoes because I'm not sure if this ship will survive. So better be gone with those torpedoes and keep 1 in reserve in case we we almost accidentally survive. And this Stenka over here, what are we going to do with you? Hard to port. I've completely lost track of the torpedo. I have no idea where it is, but I think we're about to meet it head on. I gotta say, I do like the look of this boat, especially as she's powering through the water. Unfortunately, it could very well be her last bit of action. This guy has feet made of metal or magnetics. Like, how the hell are you still standing, sir? Oh, there's the torpedo. We have it. Torpedo has gone active. I swear I threw more set 40s out. Are these things sailing too shallow? Or rather too deep? Okay, I gotta do some quick reference. We are looking for German submarines. That means they're patrol subs of the Type 206. They use the DM2s. Steady course, due south. Floor it. Those DM2s can do 10 miles. I detected them here. So let's say they were about there. So from there we got a search area of 10 miles north. So I'm just going to plunk down some markers. They're going to be in about this box here. That's where we should be looking. These torpedoes have a speed of 35 knots. Can I outrun that? I can! Jesus. Just run! Just run. That's all you gotta do. As for you, you better hope that your sonar array is still functional. Or the political officer is gonna have to pull out the pistol. Floor it. Okay, so now the situation has changed. I didn't know I could run that torpedo. With that in mind, that set 40 might find the submarine in this box if it has enough range to get there. Unfortunately, my helicopter is unavailable. It can't reach that far. And of course, that submarine has more torpedoes where that came from. So, at the moment, I've kind of messed up because I should have just run away and saved my torpedoes. Next time, a little bit more thinking. Anyway, let's see how we're going to be doing with this torpedo. Because if I know where it runs out of fuel, I also know what its range is. Unfortunately, its projection on the map is no longer accurate. But I do know it's fairly close to me. So, what we're going to do is have a look and see where this thing runs out of fuel. Because after it has run out of fuel, we know what the maximum range is. Okay, we're dropping buoys. Ooh, don't change course too much. 37 knots. Floor it. Here we go again. Once the thing has run out of fuel, I know exactly what its launch point was. I mean, within margins, because of course this torpedo did zigzag a little bit. There. Okay. Now this could be considered somewhat cheaty, but since I don't exactly know where the torpedo is, I do know where it exploded, which is here, right on top of the camera. So I can now say this thing traveled potentially up to 10 miles, because that's when they explode. So that torpedo came from there. That could mean the submarine's right there. That's where we're going. This is going to be interesting. We're going to go there at headwind 3rd. Due north. We're going to creep in, because I want to know if there are more torpedoes coming at me. And considering I still only run 10 knots, oh, sorry, 10 times speed, the answer is most likely yes. Yes, there are more torpedoes coming for me. I just haven't found them yet. And unfortunately, this thing ran out of fuel. Okay, project another circle, this time around from me. Range 4-4. Yeah. So the submarine's there, the torpedo made it all the way over to there. That's not good enough. This is a good spread, only 2 miles between these buoys. It's going to be... It's not impossible, but difficult for these buoys, or for a submarine to slip right through those buoys. Not impossible. Wait, am I forgetting one helo? No. Right, it's a crest and a crevac, but this thing still considers itself part... Like, it's crevac 2 class, because it's still in that formation. Can I kick it out of that formation? Leave formation. There. Okay then. Resume hunt. I want to have that second Stenka come in with a vengeance. Let's see if we can find it. The good news is, a submarine, a diesel-electric, tends to run 3 knots. So they're going to be fairly slow. And given that bit of information, they can't make it very far from this location here. So in 3 miles... Oh, sorry, let's say they're doing 3 knots. God damn it, another torpedo. Let's say they're going to maneuver 3 miles. I have to search in this little circle here. Ooh, we're going to be in trouble now. Come round. Floor it. Ooh, boy. Oh, I still got some time. Go to 37. I'm not exactly sure how many torpedoes those Germans carry, but it could be up to 12, I imagine. If this was any other type, I probably wouldn't outrun those torpedoes. Because the Petjas cannot do that fast. They can do 29 knots. Okay, you can go home. Yeah, we're kind of just going to stop here. I'm going to say, leave this formation. I'm going to disband this whole thing. Formation, disband. You're going to sit there. You're going to sit there. Come on, listen to me. You're going to sit there. You're going to keep your active sonar on, banging north, and you're just going to wait until something sneaks up on you. That's the essence of your duties right now. I want you to use the coastline as best you can to sneak up to that submarine. I mean, sneak up at 38 knots. It's not very sneaky. But, hey. Gotta start somewhere. And the sooner I can... Oh, the torpedo ran out. I can go back to 20 knots. Or 20 times speed. Come round. Same plan. I want to be doing 1/3. I really like this hunt so far. What? What? He was already past me? We got an active return? Active return from the Stenka. Piece of shit. There's 2 of them already. Okay, well that's good information. And look at that. They're pretty much in that box and pretty much within that circle where I expected them to go. How about that? And this is, I think, because the Stenka turned around. Now, given that submarine's capabilities, that has a 10-mile range torpedo attack. If it's the same type. So I gotta be careful to approach to within that range. But I can kind of keep him on active sonar. The helo, unfortunately, is not available. You guys might need to push in. You can do what? 28 knots? It's gonna take you an hour to get there. Ain't nobody got time for that. All stop. Floor it. Get him. These are not the same type, actually. Hold on, you got set 40s with a range of 4 miles. You got set 65 with a range of 8 miles. And also better speed. Okay. This bastard here has launched 2 torpedoes at me so far. That I know of. I gotta be real careful with him. Because he can launch another torpedo at me. I can remove some of these range circles because I don't really need them anymore. That one can be gone. Yeah, I'm gonna say your position plus 10 miles. Okay. So, let's kick you out of the group, so I know exactly what you are. You're the Stenka. I've lost the track on this submarine. But they're still only creeping along at 2 knots. This guy's also doing 2 knots. As long as I have them contained, without needing to push in, I can wait for the helicopter to get here. I just need that Cresta to be able to refuel the helo and send the helo all the way out there and hunt it down. Hunt it down and kill it. That's the plan. I'm really enjoying this. Especially the fact that my plot here was very much spot on. This sort of reverse logic and figuring out where something is going to be and then how you're going to try and attack it, I really enjoy that. Stop. New passive contact 7010. Aha. We got another. The Orzel has it at 17-mile range. Well done. Because that was definitely your detection. So, you, with your Test 71s, can engage at 13.5 miles. That means we gotta wait. These guys are coming in at 12 knots? That's fast. That's really fast. I don't want to alert them to the fact that I have a minesweeper here. They probably already know. As for Group 3, this is one of those useless groups. Unless that thing happens to surface, I cannot attack it. So it's going to be down to the, well, no pun intended, down to the Orzel in order to just detect and eliminate. Keep an eye on it. I'm going to say this thing is doing 12 knots. So he's going to end up around there. Plus a little bit in an hour. Again, we have time. Unfortunately, I lost the track on both of these guys. But at least for now, I don't think they can do a whole lot. It's now waiting for the Petya 3 to come in. For the helo to touch down. For the Cresta to rearm it. And then we're going to go out again. New torpedo in the water. DM2 heading for the Stenka over on the left-hand side of the map. You're up for the run, dude. You're up for running. We don't exactly know where the submarine is, but at least we have some decent idea. He's going to be sort of in that line. So let me remove a bunch of these markers, because it's turning into a bit of a zoo over here. Remove all of that stuff. There. Okay, in the meanwhile, the Petya 3 has closed the distance to about 13.4 miles. And with her active sonar, she's now getting an active return on this submarine. Over in the northeast, we know that this one is a Type 206. And, as such, it is trying to clear its baffles because it doesn't have a towed array. Even if it did, I'm not so sure it would actually work at these speeds. Now, the Orzel is still 14 miles away. So I can't actually engage it. It's too far out. As for the others, no options. So it's time for the Cresta to recover her helo, which is currently happening. And rearm that helo. And I might actually send the helo out to deal with this thing first, because these aren't going anywhere. Sure enough, they're throwing torpedoes in my face. But they cannot keep that up forever. That's one. And two, they don't have very far to travel. They can't. Let's say the pressure to travel is on them. They gotta go there. As long as I have them detected and sort of contained, I have time. These Sona boys, however, don't have time. They got 30 seconds left. But that's fine. Deploy depth above layer? Wait, is that a thing now? Can you actually tell something to deploy above or below the layer? It's now going to clear the runway. In one of the patches they had... Jesus, that takes forever. They changed it so that you cannot instantly launch a helicopter anymore. This takes time. So I now need to wait 20 minutes in order to rearm and refuel this helicopter before I can send it right back out. Whereas before they had an almost instant turnaround time. And you just landed, drove it into the hangar, drove it back out, took off again. Unfortunately, that is no longer the option. You can't do that anymore. Yeah, let's go ahead to third. Keep an eye on this guy, because this Stenka here could, in the worst case, get sandwiched between these two, and then I have nowhere to run. This is where I'm going to leave you for this first part. The reason why I'm cutting these things up into parts is because most people tend to only watch about 10 minutes of my videos. And that, unfortunately, means we're splitting it up into two. So, the next part, we're going to hunt down these submarines, ideally without losing a single asset. There are not that many assets that are useful, but the ones that are going to have to do quite a lot of work. Thank you for watching this bit. If you're a member, you can already find part 2 on the channel right now. If not, hit the join button. Why don't you? It's just $1 a month. You're helping me out. You're immediately getting part 2. Just hit join. You'll be fine. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon for part 2.